Okay, today's lesson is on Chapter 13, Lesson 6 on a problem-solving strategy of knowing when to use an estimate or when to use the exact answer. So a lot of times when you're solving problems, it's better to find out the exact answer, and sometimes it's in your favor to find out the estimate. So here are some examples of when you would use each one. A high school builds a new football stadium. The stadium cost $7,549,705 to build, and the school agrees to pay this bill in 5 equal yearly payments. About how much will the school pay in 1 year? Now, if you're finding an exact answer, basically what you're going to do is you're just going to take the dollar amount, which is $7,549,705, and you're going to divide it by 5 because they're going to divide up the payments over 5 years. So they have to pay a certain amount every year, okay? And when you do that, the answer to this is $1,509,941, okay? So that gives you an exact answer. Now, in this scenario, do you want the estimate or do you want the exact? The problem is asking you for what? About, right? But in a real life scenario, what would make more sense? To give the estimate or the exact? Exact, because you have to pay that bill, right? And it has to be an exact amount. You can't pay under the amount that you owe. So, but you can use an estimate to kind of give yourself an idea of a budget. How many of you guys have heard of the word budget? Okay, so basically what your parents should or may not do, some more than others, okay, or some may even do it for a living. You take the amount of money that you earn every year, right, and you budget it, okay? Say, I'm going to spend this much on groceries, this much on car payments, this much on the mortgage to the house or rent, right, and this much on whatever, right? So you lot your money into different categories, and you see, do I have enough money, right? Do I make enough money to cover all the expenses that I need to spend it on? Or do I need to kind of take away from certain categories and give to other categories? So you budget out based on how much you make, right, where the money's going to go, okay? So next problem. There was a local newspaper reporter is writing a story about the stadium. He wants to let people know how much a stadium will cost per year. So do people really need to know the exact amount? No, it's not really necessary. If you give them an estimate, is that good enough? Yeah, then people have an idea of, oh, that's how much it costs. Do they really need to know down to the penny and to the dollar how much it's going to cost? No, right? So you would find an estimate. So you're going to round to the nearest 100,000, okay, to get as close to the answer as possible. So if I have a number of 7,549,705, I look at the 100,000s place, which is 5, look at its neighbor, which is a 4, and what does that tell me I need to round to?
You just round to 5.
All right, you keep the 5. So it's 7,500,000, okay? So if it's 7,500,000 is the estimate, right? Then you're going to divide that by 5, and you get how much? 1,500,000. So the newspaper reporter would report out that every year the school is going to pay about $1,500,000, right? So if you're going to solve using an estimate, the school can spend up to $1,600,000 per year on the stadium. Is the stadium too expensive? No, right? If they're allowed to spend $1,600,000, what's the difference between that? 100,000, right? And 5 is less than 6, so they have kept within their budget and within what they were allotted, so that yes, they are able to build this stadium without going over their amount, okay? If you round it up, you know that each payment would be less than your estimate. For example, if I, instead of saying 7,500,000, if I rounded up to the millions place, it would be what? 8 million, right? And then if I took 8 million and divided by 5, that would give me 1,600,000. Does that still fall within the budget? Yes. So even if I did a low estimate or a high estimate, you still fall within the budget of what you're given. So we have here on page 287, Anna has $20 to buy flowers for actors to wear in the school play. So $20, okay? The flowers cost 70 cents each, okay? Each flower. And she wants to buy how many? 34. So there's 34 actors that she needs to buy the flowers for. Okay, A. Does Anna have enough money? How do you know? So what are we going to do here to see if she has enough money? Am I going to find the estimate or am I going to find the exact? Exact?
No, you can find a high estimate.
If you do a high estimate, you can see if she has enough money, right? So let's see here. It's 70 cents per flower, and there's 34 flowers. And if we want to do a high estimate, what should we use? Kyra?
You should round 70 to $1 or 100.
Do we need around 70?
No.
That's already a nice round number, right?
Yeah.
What should we be rounding?
34.
34 flowers to what?
40.
40? Okay, so say we go high and we do 40, right? So what is 70 times 40? 280? Okay, thank you. 2,800, okay? And then we have 1, 2, that's $28. Do we have enough? No, that's too much, right? So if Anna has enough, how do we, so let's do the exact, right? When we estimated high, we knew that it didn't come out. Just to make sure, let's do the exact. So we do 0.7 times 34. And I get 2380, okay? So it's still what? Too high. 2380 is still higher than $20, right? So if Anna does not have enough money, how much more money does she need? So in order to find out that answer, do we need to find out an estimate or the exact? Exact, right? So in order to find out the exact of that, we take the $23.80 that it costs and we subtract from $20 and we get $3.80. So she would need $3.80 more in order for her to be able to buy all these flowers. So C says a different type of flower costs 40 cents each. Okay, so it's cheaper than the 70-cent flower. About how much less money would Anna spend if she bought this type of flower? About.
40.
So we could do 40 times what? 40 times 40 would give me $16, right? So if she spent $16, how much less would she be able to spend? About $4 less, right? Because she has only $20, but if it only costs $16, then she can end up spending $4 less. Okay? So as you can see, even within in this problem, there's 3 different parts, and they're asking you for multiple things and many different ways to use an estimate or to use an exact answer. So sometimes you're going to have to use the estimate, and sometimes you're going to have to use the exact.